So, Rockstar, holy moly. As a
Talk
founder,
about a brand. Talk about a brand.
I know. Talk about a brand and talk about a dream, a vision, and as an entrepreneur. So when people want to quit, when they want to give up and they don't want to show up, I mean, we all know we've been in the thick of it. People are like, but I've tried for 6 weeks or 6 months. I'm like, 10 years, right?
Yep.
10 years. So the grind, what's
Everything
your
takes
secret?
10 years. I think
What's your secret though? Because you might like from a kitchen table to multi-million stores and money and revenue and all that fun stuff. How did it happen?
I think the most important thing is knowing that great things take time. I think you nailed it. 10 years. You know, when I first started, I thought this would be like a 2, 3, 4 year max thing. And I realized that shit, this is really fucking hard. I don't know if the language is an issue here.
No, you're good.
This is really fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's why you guys are a little
You're
wild.
safe.
Yeah, you're wild.
We're a
I'm
little
wild too.
See, he already knows us.
Yeah, well, I can tell. Come on, look what's going on here. But no, I think that the truth is like what keeps me going throughout this is knowing that I love what I get to do every day. I get to hang out with people like you guys. I get to do things that I enjoy. And I think that that's what keeps you going throughout the hardship, throughout the stuff that you don't want to do throughout the journey. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And being okay with that while giving it 150% with the conviction that it should work out is freedom for me. And I think that that's what drives me every day. And I get to do it with my family too. And I love them dearly.
My whole family's here too. And you're, you know, we're all into the fam jam. So, but it wasn't always like this where you loved what you did. And you still, as a founder, you still got to do shit that you don't like to do.
Especially at the beginning. Especially.
Because how many years has it been for you
7 years in this business, but I had 2 other businesses prior.
See?
Which one failed, actually, miserably.
But don't they all? Like
they all do at one point.
My thing is like, just like you've got to kiss a few frogs to get to the prince, I think you've also got to fail. You've got to be rejected. You've got to
fail. That's when you learn.
That is the only
it's
time
actually the best type of learning.
Absolutely.
If you choose. I think that's the thing.
I love that.
Some people fail
Yeah.
and they harp on it in a negative way. I think failure is a privilege because at the end of the day, failure is a privilege because that means you did something, you tried, you took the risk, you had the courage to actually do it. And if you fail, you have the option to say, I learned something from this. So it's not an L, it's not a loss. It's actually a learning.
And it's not an L.
Be on average.
We need a t-shirt like that.
Yeah.
Well, it would be a hot t-shirt, but you know,
Just saying.
a revenue share. No, I'm kidding. But I always say this statement, and this is one of my favorite things to live by. I learned this when I was 21. Basically, average decisions will lead to an average outcome in life. So if you go out and be like everybody else, you don't take risks, you don't fail, you just go through life like that, you're going to have an output that's just a straight line. Now, if you go out there and you make unaverage decisions, that's you just being you every day, you being you, me being me, trusting our gut, failing, then your points are now going to be up there, unaverage outcomes. So it's going to be a zigzag. Those bottom points aren't bad things. They're actually just learnings. They're opportunities that you could put on your belt as a tool to say that I've been through this. I've had this experience. I'm grateful. People that live average lives will never, ever get to go through that because they're not swinging enough. And I think that that's what makes me want to live on average and fail actually.
And be one of the 1%ers. You know, I listen to a lot of people and a lot of podcasts of people who I respect. And they say the 1%ers do the shit nobody else wants to do. They live the life nobody else wants to live. They miss birthdays. They miss holidays. They do all of that. But if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. This is hard, and you need to know how to do hard stuff. Not good stuff, that too, but hard stuff, right? And being an entrepreneur, it's hard. Would you agree with that statement?
It's mostly pain. And I think that this is what I misunderstood at the beginning was, you know, you see the magazines, you see the media, you see the podcasts, you see the fun stuff, the stages.
You see all the pretty stuff.
But you don't see the 95% that is consistent punches that you take every day.
That's why we have podcasts like this.
No, but you're unbreakable, right? I guess like the truth is for me, it's like the entrepreneurship is like 5-10% glory and amazingness, like some of the craziest experiences of your life.
That's even high.
And then the rest is consistent pain. If you can't deal with pain for a long period of time and pressure, and you can't just keep getting back up, then entrepreneurship isn't for you. It's not for everyone, and doesn't make you better than anybody, by the way. Someone who's an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur, no one's better. But what I would say for success in entrepreneurship, you need to have the ability to withstand immense amounts of pain for a long period of time and continue to get back up, even though it's really hard.
I love that.
And that's the definition of entrepreneurship.
Mine,
And that's it. That's all.
And-
That's all we
and-
got. Yeah, yeah.
and
Mic drop.
mine
What's up?
was way worse, but you know, mic drop.
Yeah.
So
We all mic drop.
yeah, you know, but to your point, but people do it. And when people come to me and say, "You're so lucky," I'm like, "Really? What?" So you didn't see all the 7 years
Yeah.
or the 27 years building
Or the rejections, the
or the
failures,
rejection, like
the
and-
losses.
Yeah, and to your point, I always reframe things like rejection is redirection. It's like somebody slammed a door in your face. Amazing. People are like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, because that wasn't meant for you, but it will build you,"
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so I think that's so incredibly important.
I think something that you just nailed is someone slams a door on you. This happens to everybody in life, whether it's an
Yeah.
interview, whether
Yeah.
it's someone rejecting, not selling midday squares at their store, or an investor saying no. You have two options. You can be angry, which a lot of people do, and they want revenge, and that's not the right answer. The second answer is you could say, maybe it's not right now. Maybe it's not the time. Let's let's
Yes.
adapt. Let's get creative. Maybe we'll get another way. And I think that if you have that mindset, you're coming from a good place of actual like purpose and intention and actually a kind heart instead of anger and revenge, which eventually I don't think lasts long enough, right? So I
Right.
would say that if you're going to be in business or in life, forget about entrepreneurship, you're gonna get rejected, you're gonna fail,
Yeah.
you're gonna go
Yeah.
through moments of hardship. Don't be angry. Take those moments to say, how do I adapt? Do I come back? Do I even want this?
Yeah, do
And
I
then go.
pivot? Do
Exactly.
I redo whatever? Exactly. And I think just being open and like you said, it's all about mindset. So many people and entrepreneurs give up. You want to hear a crazy stat? If you've gotten to 21 episodes of a podcast, you are in the 1%ers.
Wow.
Really?
21.
How many have you
We-
done?
Oh, I don't even know. Like hundreds. Okay. Has mine taken off to where we want it to be? Absolutely not. You know what? You keep going. Sometimes
going,
we're like,
yeah.
what are we doing this for? You know
Interesting.
what? But it's discipline, right?
Which
Wouldn't
is so
you say
valuable.
that?
So
Yeah.
valuable.
It's grit. It's not taking stuff
And are you
personally.
having fun
Yeah.
together doing
Yeah.
it?
Always.
No, but
Always.
but that's a big
Always
thing,
having
right?
fun.
That's a big
Yes.
thing. If you're not
Yes.
having fun, then why do it? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
it also takes one person that's listening to change the entire trajectory
Yes.
of this podcast.
Yes.
They could be a huge person in media or a huge thing that wants to invest in this podcast and say, you guys are rock stars. I find you guys are rock stars. You guys are rock stars. I
So
want
are
to
you.
take a chance and believe in you guys. And then boom, it all changes. The only way that happens is if you keep showing up every day and giving it your 150%.
Showing
Yes.
up, consistency, and discipline. And
every
who
day.
wants to keep like banging their head against a wall? Not a lot of people, but to your point, so we shift. So
Yeah.
we get a
We
Ryan.
learn.
Ryan,
Yeah.
we still love you. We always bring Ryan into this. Poor
a good
Ryan.
guy. He's a good guy.
McDonald's or Burger King?
I
Oh, McDonald's or Burger King? This or that?
Mickey D's.
Mickey D's.
Huge fan of
okay.
McDonald's. What a
See?
business. And their coffees right now are $1, I think. So
Yeah.
I don't know when this podcast
And
comes out, but
delicious.
delicious. The coffee is unreal.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Yeah.
So
This isn't an endorsement.
talking about this isn't an endorsement, but
you got a perfect
oh,
start
I
to
was
your
just
day.
gonna say, imagine McDonald's coffee and a midday square.
Yeah,
I'll
there
take
you go. You're
it.
set. You're set.
So, we could sit here and talk for hours, but I really want to know what you think about events like this. There's lots of pitch competitions. There's lots of things helping
Lots of
incredible
platforms. Yeah.
Tons.
entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
However, we've curated a room and a situation for women to rise and for every woman to succeed. Doesn't matter if they move on, doesn't matter if they win, they're going to be invested in. There's women in this room that will take their businesses to the next level. So what about that person who, I'm a little shy, I don't want to show up. I even threw off some of the gals that have pitched like 25 times. They're like, what do you mean I can't have a deck? I mean, you cannot have a deck.
Wow.
We are buying into you. We are
Yeah.
investing
Wanna hear
in
your
the
story.
founder,
Boom.
right?
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Right?
Your question, and you just answered it, is these people are amazing, right? They already have the courage to start their businesses.
Yeah.
And that is, again, against all odds already. If you look at the data, most people don't even start. So
Yes.
that's step one. Step two is once you have that product and product market fit, which all of them, if you start a business, you likely are solving a problem or creating an innovation, most likely. Second thing that all of them should do today at these events or this type of event is tell your story.
Yeah.
Your story is the only thing that's different between all of us. It's the millions of experiences and our DNA. That's the two things. So your authenticity and your story. And I hope today that the message is that these individuals should lean into who they are, why they started, what is the raison d'etre, the why. Make people feel something, because everyone can copy. They can undercut your prices. They could copy your product over time. They could figure out how you do X, Y, Z, but they cannot copy your story or how you make people feel. It's the one thing we all have access to, but yet a lot of people don't use it. So I hope today I see that these people take the chance, that these women go out there and they share their story loud, proud, wild, eccentric, crazy, whatever they want, because that's going to get the audience captivated, fired up, and want to believe in what they're doing.
I love that. So any founder who's listening and heard what you just said, and they're, how do I do it? You just gave them the answer. And it's maybe not the answer they want. You deal with hundreds of entrepreneurs and or thousands of founders, and they're, oh, I can't, you know, like you said, they can't, they're frozen, they're terrified. You know,
scared.
Fear kills 99.9% of dreams. Correct.
Fear is just excitement taken the wrong way.
Yes, it's taken the wrong way.
You got to flip it.
Fear is great.
Yeah.
If you use it in that direction.
Use it. You're scared because it's new. New's good. Like, so be scared. Use it.
And pitching is scary, by the way. Pitching is scary because you know what? There is a no. Eventually, you could get rejected. You may not win. You might not come in first. But that's not the thing. This courage to go do it is such a muscle that will become bigger and bigger and bigger. If you keep trying, you keep showing up, even if you're scared, that eventually you will become so much better at what you do simply by continuing. And by the way, like we discussed, share your story. If you fail, you do it again. You do it a different way. You keep pivoting. But if you don't do it authentically, people will feel it. And people won't want to be around it. So go out there and be proud of who you are, because no one in the world is you, and no one in the world is you, and no one in the world is me. Oh, if I play your game, you're going to crush me. If I play your game, you're going to crush me. But if I play my game, I'm the #1 at that in the world.
No one will ever be as good as you are at being you.
That's
they can't be you.
That's my jam.
That's
my jam.
But my problem is society conforms us. Unfortunately, we have a lot of conformity. Like, people go out there and say, I need to be like that person, or I need to be like that. No, that doesn't work. In a world full of conformity, the only way to stand out is to be you and bring your energy. You have crazy energy. I know you because of your crazy energy. I saw you the first time. I was like, this person is wild. No, but it's a ball of optimism. I remembered how you made me feel. And then I never forgot.
And then
hold on, I remember how you feel or made me feel.
So important.
Right?
You know what we're talking about?
That's a huge value of what you do.
It's huge. And that brings to the point that it's important when you're an entrepreneur. You got to tell your story. You got to connect to people. Connection's important. But that's in life. Like, so I'm in corporate. It's important for what I do. I tell people all the time, I'm talking to clients, they're like, oh, how do I decide which bank to go with? You don't. You decide which banker.
I like that. The person.
You don't decide on a bank. Like, here's the
bank's
reality.
Bank's commodity.
All the banks have great offers. All the banks have similar products. All the banks will charge you similar pricing. Like, and we all know that. You go to a banker who you trust, who you connect with, who gives you good advice.
Who you love.
Who understands your business, your goals, where you want to go, what you want to do, and they want to help you do that. 100%. You don't choose a bank, you choose a banker.
It's the person. So the founders that always are stuck on their logo and their beautiful website. Even Coca-Cola, people do not care about the beautiful logo anymore. You know, you've got a great logo, we all do, colors, whatever. They want the founder, they want the story. That's why we started this platform, is we want to hear your story. Even when I started, I'm like, people were so drawn to my story, and I'm like, but it's just my life. It's kind of boring. And they're like,
it's boring to you. It's not boring to them.
Correct. This was like decades ago where I was like, you really want to hear my story? And then now I'm like, we want to hear your story.
But they can
Let's
relate.
go.
They can, I can see that.
You're part of their story.
Yes. But you're part of somebody's, you know, you never know when you tell your story, even this podcast, you don't know who needed to hear what you said.
One person will never know, by the way. We might never know, but that person
might never know, or
sometimes
their lives. We know. Yeah.
And then here's another thing is, like, in a world full of AI, which AI is great, by the way, it does a lot of great things for different businesses.
It doesn't replace the human.
So here's what I'm getting at. So AI, in the world of AI, the way to actually stand out is to be more human, to care. You know, I went to Starbucks 2 days ago or yesterday. I can't remember what it was, in the morning at 7 a.m. And they know I like having a certain way of my coffee, and I like cinnamon powder in it and black coffee, and then I like a certain
personality.
I like a certain
exact
piece of ice.
same.
I like 6 pieces of ice. And they always put it on the side. So when I know that they do that, it just shows that they care.
They
Yeah.
care.
The baristas care, and it
Yes.
makes me want to come back more
Yes.
and more.
And that's your
more.
spot.
That
That's where you're
is-
gonna
Nailed
go.
it.
That's
And
your, that's now your spot.
So
That's
shout
your
out,
jam.
let's shout out these
Yeah,
baristas
yeah.
at the Starbucks on Westbury in Montreal. You guys are rock stars. You make me feel excited. You make me feel that you guys care what you do, and it makes me
I love
drawn
that.
to come back. And I think
Yeah.
that this is what's missing in
Mm.
our world, even in banking. You know, you're in banking, you have that energy, you care. Or the banker that you work with should care.
Yeah.
That's what's going to separate the services and products that are already offered from the ones that are offered from XYZ. You choose the one that you
Yes.
want to be with because they care. And that's the truth.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, we could talk for like 7 hours,
I know.
but then we'd miss the whole event.
Yeah.
Yeah, big event.
What is one thing that you would want to say to the founders that are in the green room, probably nervous? What's one word of advice to them if you could give them something?
I would say this is the only person blocking you from sharing your story is actually you.
Ooh.
So just because we talked about it just 2 seconds ago, but because if you feel like your story is boring, that doesn't mean somebody else doesn't find it boring. So I was always scared to pitch. I was always embarrassed to raise my hand in class. I was academically probably one of the worst in the classroom, to be honest with you, and I had a lot of insecurities. The moment I stopped telling myself that I was bad at it and that I actually meant to do it, it flipped the entire script. My conviction and
that.
confidence started to come. The energy of the room started to feel the magnetic pull that I felt originally when I met you. That's the power of them before she goes on stage today. She better tell herself the story that she is supposed to be here, and she's
Yes.
going to deliver greatness in her
Yes.
story because her story is incredible.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
How many
Thank you
entrepreneurs do we have
so
telling stories?
much.
How many?
9.
9 entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Semi-finalist.
And that's from what, 80, I
Yeah.
think?
So they're doing it in front of a room of how many people? Or is it-
200 and something.
That's nerve wracking.
Yeah.
But they're going to do great.
No, they're gonna do awesome. But I'm saying that like when someone says, "Oh, go pitch," it's easy. It's not easy.
Oh,
not
it's
easy.
You can
not.
never
But it's
diminish that.
exciting.
It's exciting, but you can never say to someone like, even when my advice to them is share your story, you're blocking yourself. I know how hard it is to be in front of a room of 200 plus people.
Yeah.
It's scary.
All eyes on you.
All eyes are on and the
Yes.
tension's on you, and there's expectation, there's this, there's that. But at the end of the day, if you know that you're meant to be there and you have the conviction, you're gonna kill it. You're
Yeah.
gonna thrive. And I think that's
I
important.
love that. And, we told them all, like, we're their front row sisters. If you're nervous, that means you're about to do something super brave, and that means you care.
Discomfort's great.
Yeah. And we're their front row sisters, and then they'll be all jacked up on midday squares, and life will
Solid
be
middle
great.
school's coming, yeah. And we're all here to also have fun. We're here to
Yes.
win and have fun.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Oh, we're so gonna have fun. I can't wait for his. I had it cranked. It's funny. One of my sons is here. One of the songs, which I'm not going to give up, that he's playing, he danced to when he was little. He's like, "Stop it."
We're gonna fire up- we're
And
gonna
I'm
fire
like,
up
"Are
the
you
engines.
going to dance with us?" He's like 27. No, God. how
This
old
audience is gonna
He's
dance.
25
I feel
and
like they have that
hockey
in them.
guy, so cool.
Oh, we're gonna get it.
But when he heard it, I'm
Yeah.
like, "Remember this?"
We should get him in the front row then.
Good luck with that. Go find Nico.
Yeah.
Nico, baby, let's go, baby. Nico, you better dance with us. Woo!
Baby Nico.
Don't be embarrassed. It's fun. Bring the child out inside of you.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you, sweetheart. Always a pleasure.
Always.